Hey guys, it's Heat here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the secret facility on experimentation in Lethal Company. So, normally, when you go to experimentation, when you want to go in the facility, you just go into the doors. But, if you take a moment to look behind the doors, you'll notice that there seems to be like a tunnel down there. Now, if you actually go in, it's actually different than what you see through the window there. The facility is completely different on the inside than what you see from the outside, and only on experimentation do you see that. Every other map, every moon you go to, you won't be able to see through the doors. It's just like gray or like nothing behind the windows. So instead of actually like going through the doors, we're going to physically go through the doors by using a no clip mod so that we can just phase right through without actually having to activate the doors. So now that we're inside, let's walk around and take a look at what's in here. This little secret facility that you normally can't access without doing that no clip mod. So I'm gonna speed this up a little bit here because this is actually quite a big facility. So in the interest of time, we're just gonna quickly skim through this facility a little bit. But this seems like, and obviously without asking the developer or getting hints from the developer, this seems to be like some kind of prototype facility, like I guess you could say an experimental facility by the dev. Like maybe at one point, instead of um, instead of like loading into like a separate map or like a separate area, the maybe the original plan was you physically open the doors and you physically walked in, so there was no like transition between outside and inside. Everything was just loaded completely, and that's what this facility was meant to be. Because there's a lot of rooms, a lot of like windows and everything, and all that in here. It's a lot of areas, but it's all completely unused, as you can see. But it does seem like it was supposed to be used for something at one point. And like I said, it's the only map, the only moon that has this kind of facility. So maybe experimentation is being developed first, but then the dev decided to go for a different method, which is generating the facility separately. And then later moons, he did this same thing without having to make the interior again. So that's my theory, but I don't know for a fact if that's the case. And from the inside of the facility, you can't see the outside area, so you can only see that facility from the outside. Now, there's also a second floor, which you can actually see from the outside of the building. There's like a little door up here, a hole in the building that you can actually reach with a jetpack, but I'll show you what the issue with that is in a little bit. But you can actually get up to that. Now, up here, the second floor is the same thing, just like the first floor. A bunch of like hallways and rooms, different kinds of rooms of different shapes and sizes, but not much else up here. And eventually, the second floor does connect to the main, I guess, area of the ground floor, which you can jump back down here, and everything else is the same down here. So yeah, that's basically all there is to that little secret facility on experimentation. The rest of the map, there's different buildings, and we could actually no clip into them as well. But there's not really anything else in these other buildings. It's they're all mostly empty. There might be some like small like structures from outside that goes into them, but that's about it. Now I mentioned earlier that you can actually reach that outside opening with a jetpack because you can actually see it in game. You don't have to like no clip or mod to get to see it. But the problem is, even with a jetpack, you can reach it, but it's actually solid, like there's a barrier or something. So you can see through it, but you can't actually go through it. So there is no way to access that interior secret facility without using a no-clip mod, because even this entrance out here is technically not an entrance at all. It's got an invisible barrier, so the interior is completely inaccessible. But yeah, so there you guys have it. That is the little secret facility on the map Experimentation, which was probably an experimental facility by the dev at some point before the final version of how the facilities go. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, then as always, make sure to leave a like. leave 1,000 comments. Anything else we check or look into or explore, just let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys.